Wednesday, the middle of the week, a good time of the week, right? It's like nothing, it's like Wednesday is like the busiest day usually for me. I always work Wednesday. I wanted to review the movie School Ties. I don't know if any of you have seen this. It's a movie from the early 90s, 1992. So the funny thing about the early 90s is that I feel like it had a little touch of 80s apparel and makeup that goes on, kind of. So in this movie it's okay though, because they're doing it's the late 50s. Now I gotta look. Oh, it says in the 1950s, so maybe they're not very specific. Anyway, it's a movie about this younger Jewish guy. It's his senior year, and he decides to go to a college prep school, and it's very unusual. And a lot of people are telling him, don't really say why you're going, and don't give any more information than you need to, but it's very cryptic, and he's just kind of like, okay. The beginning of the movie starts him off with getting in a fist fight because someone calls him a derogatory Jewish term, I guess. And so because of that, you kind of say, oh, he's Jewish, maybe. But you don't really know. You don't really know. Is he Jewish or isn't he? You don't know yet. I just spoiled it for you. Oh my God. Just, you know, don't watch this movie anymore. Don't watch my reviews. Just look at the title. Go watch it. And then watch my review. Because I'm just going to tell you everything that happens. And anyway. So this movie was actually a real start. There's a fruit fly in here. It was a real start for a lot of these people. Brendan Fraser is one of his earlier films. Chris O'Donnell's in this very, very small part, to the point where we're almost like, wow, Chris O'Donnell plays almost an extra. And then you have Matt Damon, not Dylan. Matt Damon plays someone by the name of Charlie Dillon. Isn't that confusing? And he has this is one of his newer roles. This is before Good Will Hunting and everything. So, you know what's funny, who also is in the movie is, what's his name? Ben Affleck. They are just inseparable, if you know what I mean. So he's at the school. Right from the get-go, everybody's like talking, you know, and the first day he's kind of there. He's kind of, you know, they make a remark, oh, I got this, you know, this thing here, but I Jewed the guy down to, you know, so much. And he just kind of stands there and doesn't say anything, but you could tell it, like, upsets him. And at that point you're like, is he Jewish, or is he just defensive of Jewish people? So basically he's at this school that is Catholic, I think, I'm pretty sure. It's like a St. Matthew's or St. something, so most likely Catholic. And he is taking over the part on the football field that Matt Damon played, which was quarterback. So Matt Damon's character is already kind of like a little bit hurt, you know, and he's playing a high school guy, so you'd be hurt if they called in someone else because you lost 3 games against the big, huge rival the alumni did. So they basically, this other guy at his other, you know, kind of, as he referred to it, I think he said podunk, or out in the somewhere other. Is that a bad term? I don't know. He actually is a really good quarterback, so he starts to lead them to victory. And there's like some other stuff. You get to meet all of the different characters. You see how important it is to these people to do well and get far in these, you know, this, because a lot of them have a lot of weight on their shoulders, saying, "Oh, you gotta, I'm the 5th generation to go to Harvard. I've got to do well." And then you have this asshole French teacher who on purpose tries to break someone. And what else is great about this movie? You get to see some naked butts in the movie if you're into that. Brendan Fraser's just cute. He's a cute character. He's big, you know, he's like a big guy, very wide shoulders, but there's something about him that's very charming and very soft almost. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like he'd be a good boyfriend or something. He'd be the type of guy that would, you know, put the band-aid on your knee when you fell. So he just plays good. It's a good part for him. it was weird typecasting, I think, for Matt Damon. He's another guy that usually plays good parts, so like when toward the end when you see that he's, you know, not such a great guy, it's weird because you're just like, no, not you, not Matt Damon. But it's true. He's just not perfect like we all thought he was, ladies and some gentlemen. Chris O'Donnell, another cutie pie. This is just about cute people in the film now. I don't know, it's a good movie. It's one of those movies that's up there with like, it's not as like great as Dead Poets Society, or like with Honors, if you remember that movie. It's in that genre though, that kind of like, growing up, how do you deal with the situation that's very big in the adult world, and it kind of changes your outlook on people. Maybe it changes your, the way you would handle racism, I guess. Here we are again on the racism subject. Anyway, it's a great movie. Again, I know, thank you everybody for telling me that Netflix is not in Europe. I'm sorry. I can't control that. I tried to look up to see if they're coming to Europe, and they might be, but you'd have to Google it yourself and see what they say. But it is streaming on Netflix as of today.